felt like we improved a little bit defensively today. Much better practice, a little bit sharper in our assignments, made some more competitive plays. So pleased with that progress. Again, offensively, doing some good things, but overall, it just felt like defense improved a little bit today. So we're making some progress. It's a big week for us, so we need to continue to push here this week.
You notice you sort of stand back there in some of those drills and chirp at the wide receivers, and you seem to be having some fun doing that, sort of being the defensive guy during those practices.
Yeah, I tell them, I told them out there today, they were joking around a little bit. I said, well, I'm an offensive guy when I score. Who do you think comes up with those plays? You know, so I'm got a kick out of that. So, no, we always try to enjoy it. We're allowed to enjoy practice a little bit. We all know it's hard, it's tough, it's physical, it's a grind during 2 days, but you gotta have the right mindset, you gotta have the right attitude. I feel like for the most part, our guys we're much improved. We're much better. We're much stronger mindset. And, you know, again, you're allowed to enjoy it a little bit.
You should start something like you did yesterday with Chad and Boo and him kind of.
Yeah.
Do something like that every practice.
We've done it several times, so that was a rematch. So, but Chad's 2 for 2. So, we had a couple other coaches, but I don't think they were ready for the media. I don't think we could put that on TV. So that was too embarrassing for those guys. So, yeah, we've done that a few times.
Is there Lafayette install now, next week? When is that?
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, it'll be more next week. We start school on Wednesday, so probably Thursday.
We're talking about the grind. There's a lot of talk, I guess, especially in NFL camps, about fights, about guys getting into fights. Both, well, of course, the big thing with the locker room, but in practice and scrimmages and stuff. Have you had much of that, and are you a coach that tolerates that at all?
Well, I think there's going to be some of that, and you know, tensions get high. Guys are competing for jobs. Guys get frustrated, so there's going to be some of that. We had a little of that last week, and you know, we've grown out of it a little bit. Haven't seen much of it lately, although I should say that. I was up on the field with the skill guys. It looked like there was a little tussle going on down there with the O-line, D-line briefly. But that ended quick, and I didn't see any carryover into the team period. So there's going to be some hot heads at times, but I don't get overly concerned unless it's a problem.
I know some coaches, I read, I think one time where Bill Parcells said, Tom, if he thinks there's a lull, he'll have a guy start a fight or start a tussle just to get some energy going.
Yeah.
Are there times when you need that sort of thing or not?
Well, again, I don't mind it. You know, I don't. You know, unless it's a real problem or if it's getting to be too big of a distraction, then we just look silly. You know what I mean? Then I've had enough, and generally I tell them the next time that happens, we're going to just separate them and let those two go at it for a good 20-30 minutes till they get it figured out. So, and usually they don't have enough energy to do that. So it hasn't been too big of a distraction, let's put it that way. There's been some scuffles, that's going to happen. You know, I like the pulse of our team right now.
Nobody's allowed to punch your quarterback in the face, though.
No, we are not allowed. They're not allowed near the quarterback.
What does it say to you about John Toth? He's a guy who's in a position where he has to think, he's got a lot in his head, and yet he's able to have a really difficult major and excel in it. What does it say about that guy's intelligence?
Well, really, he's truly amazing, John, and Jordan Swindle as well. You know, I want to say he had 18 hours of 4.0 last semester, and both of those guys are just amazing. You know, really, they come to work every day. They mind their own business and get their job done, and then they leave and do great academically. I think what we don't see sometimes is maybe some of the stress that they do have off the field, you know, because they're never going to complain about it or do much, you know, but they're stressing about just getting straight A's. You know, some other guys are stressing about getting C's.
You were giving a lot of individual attention to the corners yesterday, really teaching technique over holding and all that stuff. Is that because that's a group that really needs to make the most progress before week 1?
Yeah, I think I believe so. I mean, it's one of the groups that needs to make a lot of progress. It's extremely important. It's you know, very hard in application, as I've talked about before. You know, it's not overly complicated with a team, but you have to be able to handle your business out there and win on an island. You have to win some one-on-ones. I'm seeing us being much more competitive. So I think we're getting better.
Are those younger guys really pushing, Cody Quinn,
Yeah.
Fred Tiller to maybe raise their game even?
Yeah, definitely. Derek had a really nice play today. Nice play on the ball, nice interception, and Chris is coming along as well. So we're getting there. We're getting some help.
The injury depth situation at linebacker changed the plan with Eli Brown at all? Like
Yeah.
he's with the second team.
It does. And I know I told you guys he was going to redshirt, but Eli came and talked to us and wants to play, and I said, good, let's go. So we need him. He wants to do whatever he can to help the team. He's good enough to play, and so he's been working into the mix.
Is there any-
Which linebacker spot is he at?
Will.
Is there anybody else at linebacker with the other guys at who's kind of making a move right now?
No, I think we got to continue to push and get all of them better. Nico and Dorian and all those guys.
What do you see from Josh Allen so far? One of those outside spots, another young guy?
Yeah, he's really impressed. I believe he's going to be a really good player. He's forced into a lot of action right now. We're expecting a lot of him. You've heard me talk about it before. I think at that position, there's so many different nuances with being able to rush, being able to drop, all the different drops, with different pressures. There's a lot on that guy, and I'm very impressed with him. He's going to be a very good football player. When, I'm not sure, but I love his work ethic. I love his attitude. I love his talent. So I'm very pleased with him.
And a
Kyle
really,
Leonard's come back from the.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah, he was out there.
a really spirited goal line drill at the end of yesterday's practice. Has it been going that way for most of it? A little bit offense, a little bit defense?
It has. Each side has their moments, during practice. And, I may walk off here and talk to you and feel like one side really maybe dominated or did much better. What I want to see is competitive plays. I don't want to see one side succeed because the other side was inept or a busted coverage or a drop pass or something like that. So I want to see competitive football plays. I feel like there's been good competition. I felt better about the defense today. I felt like that we were sharper in our matchups and making competitive plays. So it gets sloppy from time to time depending on implementation and how much you're doing and all those sort of things. I think you guys have seen our offense can go at a good clip. I think they put a lot of stress on people, which makes it good to get practice against.
In terms of competitive plays, how much difference does it make for your quarterbacks that you have guys like Blake and Dorian who look like throw the ball up there and one way or another
There's no comparison. I mean, yeah, it's hard to describe because people just look at statistics a lot at the end of the day and see what people do, and they don't realize. I mean, you all watch a lot of football and watch NFL games and college games and all that, and you see just spectacular catches, maybe a 40-yard pass, and that's not all on the quarterback, right? So you need, and we've said that. You've heard me talk about that for 2 years, sitting in here about saying it's not all on the quarterback. The quarterback needs to play better. They have played better, but we need to play better around him, and that's what you're seeing right now. Certainly, the wide receivers are making very good plays. They're growing up, but there's competition, so it's next man up mentality. So guys better make plays. There's somebody behind them. There's somebody sitting on the bench who's ready to go in there and make a play.
How difficult will it be to sort of whittle that depth chart down? With so many guys making plays?
Not too much there. It's not too dramatic there because we plan on playing a lot of snaps, and so when you play that many snaps, you can play a lot of guys and they can get their touches and distribute the ball. So very unselfish. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's competition. Don't get me wrong. You don't want to get buried too far down there, or you won't see the field. And we can move guys around, so the playmakers will be on the field. So you want to be in the top 2, 3, maybe down to 3 or 4 inside, and the same thing outside. You may play 2 or you got the 2 starters outside, and then you may go to a third guy that can swing either way, or go to the 4th. So that's thought y'all were going to start breakdancing.
All
right, folks, thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
We'll,
Yep.